In this video, a full day of eating for fat loss with high protein, low calorie, nutrient dense meals. We'll have 3 meals, 1 snack for a total of 1,400 calories and 165 grams of protein. Also, remember to keep in mind that this series that I do is not for you to copy tit for tat. It's for you to get an idea of what a full-time personal trainer and nutrition coach eats on a weekly basis so that you can incorporate some of these meals or food options into your weekly and daily diet so that you can hit your calorie goal, hit your protein goal, be healthy, but also feel full, feel satisfied, and feel good about what you're eating. And then the reason I change up the calories in every video is so that people with different calorie budgets can see what their full day of eating looks like and try to incorporate some of that into their diet. So if you have a calorie amount that hasn't been covered yet in this series, leave it in the comments and I'll add it to the list. So the first meal is actually gonna be a snack for the day. I like to start my morning with a coffee. Definitely addicted to caffeine, love it. So coffee, but for creamer, I usually use like a protein powder or Premier protein shake. But this week, the grocery store Costco had these chocolate Fairlife protein shakes. I don't know if you've ever had them, but they haven't had them in a while, so I got some of those, and that's what I put in the coffee. And then I'm also gonna be having some creatine with that as well for 150 calories and 30 grams of protein. Got the creatine right here. Didn't come with a scooper, so I used one from an old pre-workout tub. Got the coffee, take a sip of the coffee, dump the pre-workout in, and then chug more coffee. Alright, our first meal of the day is going to be 346 calories and 47 grams of protein. It's going to be 400 grams of Chobani sugar-free and fat-free Greek yogurt, and then 200 grams, right? Yeah, of just fat-free Chobani Greek yogurt, not sugar-free as well. Some people like this. I absolutely hate how this tastes, but it's literally a hack if you're in a calorie deficit and trying to volumize a meal, right? Voluminize a meal. But a whole container of this is 350 calories and 65 grams of protein for the whole thing. It's as big as my head. So definitely helps to add in something that tastes good, which is I like the fat-free Chobani, and then of course get a serving of fruit in, some fiber, just be healthy, and volumize the meal even more, voluminize, oh my God. And it's about 2 hours after my snack of the protein shake and creatine, and I was starting to get a little bit hungry, and it's never good to let hunger grow to a very strong state when you're in a deficit, because then you'll end up probably eating way more than you should or grabbing something else than what you had planned for that day or that meal. I'll see you for meal number 2. All right, meal number 2 is going to be, the actual food is 6 whole eggs. We have jalapenos in there. We have cut up onions, mushrooms, and bell pepper that I cut after I went grocery shopping last weekend. Cut them all up, put them in Tupperware, so it reduces the friction to eat them. If you're someone like me who doesn't inherently like stuff like this, cut it up, make it as easy as possible to put into your meals. Also, on a side note, I don't like vegetables really much, so when I put them in eggs, it's not because I like the taste of them, I don't mind it, but it's because it increases the volume, has some nutrients in there, makes it healthier and increases the volume, right? So just health and fullness. That's the only reason. Also, pepper, of course, salt, of course, and then I've been trying this new thing, sriracha seasoning. So I don't really like sriracha sauce all too much. Like if I'm gonna have eggs and sriracha sauce, I'll just do plain whole eggs or egg whites with sriracha sauce on top. But I really do like the seasoning, sriracha seasoning. I'm sweating from cooking that, but this meal comes out to 420 calories and 36 grams of protein. Now, of course, the cut up veg is gonna add a bit of calories that I'm not going to track. Say I hit a plateau for a week or 2, or say I've never tracked in my life before, like this is my first month to 3 months, 6 months tracking, I would track these. But since I know it's probably around 50, I use 3 big handfuls, so maybe 75 calories tops. But I'm not gonna track that today. On a side note, whole eggs, right? So if you've ever seen that Netflix documentary, I forget what it's called, but they say in there that eating whole eggs is worse for you than smoking cigarettes. I can't believe there's people out there that not only would say that, but somebody would have to fund a documentary to put on Netflix to say that. Absolutely ridiculous. Whole eggs are a great source of vitamin A, vitamin B12. Choline is only in the yolk, and that's vital for your brain health. So these people, and the cholesterol thing, right? That's what most people say. Don't eat whole eggs, it's going to affect your blood cholesterol. Whereas the science and the scientific literature does not provide evidence that suggests it does. The only thing it does suggest is it increases your HDL, not your LDL, and HDL is good or healthy cholesterol, and it's by a marginal. Either way, I'm gonna eat this. I'm super stoked for meal 3. Don't get to eat it every day. It's gonna be fun. Is it good?
Why are you eating my dish? That makes it look like it wasn't good. Teddy.
And that was meal number 3 for around 420 calories. Oh no, 488 calories and 51 grams of protein. And a fun or interesting fact about me is in my sophomore year of college, this summer going into my junior year, I went to Alaska that entire summer and worked in a fishery in Petersburg, Alaska. And I ate salmon, I think, every day for 3 months. And after that, I was so sick of salmon, but I truly do love salmon. I did not have sharp knives when making this one though, as you could see from the video that I'll play right now, but holy shit. I gotta sharpen those knives. I definitely had better tweezers when I was in Alaska as well. I'd say the most interesting jobs that I had there, I had like 6, but the most interesting 2 was tray breaking frozen fish that were on a tray of 8 full salmon per tray, and I'd break them with another partner, and then we put them in a huge massive box to be forklifted out to a truck to go to grocery stores. But then the second most interesting job was sucking the fish out of boat hulls with a massive tube, probably like 3 feet in diameter, and you and another partner put on what is it called, grundins, the things that go up to here, like, and people stand in the water and fish with them, those things. And you'd go down into the boat hole that was filled with water and fish, and you'd suck the fish out. And anytime you found a I forget what they're called, but they're like a flatfish, if you found one of those, you threw it at the other person. Super fun experience. Well, I hope you enjoyed that story and full day of eating for 1,400 calories and 165 grams of protein. If you want a calorie range or protein range next, put it in the comments below, and I'll talk to you soon.